Welcome to Tarqaron. We're here for another monthly movie night madness moment, and Alec picked the movie this time around.
I did. Between a lot of different movies, there's a lot of stuff I'd like to revisit and watch and share with Zach, movies that he hasn't seen. Um, and it was just kind of like scrolling through. I was sort of like looking. I had a couple other movies in mind, but as I was scrolling around, I was like, "Oh, I saw this one." I was like, "Oh yeah, it's been a little bit since I'd seen that. I really want to see it again." So, um, that movie's Edge of Tomorrow.
He ultimately
Or
edged out the competition. He was edging.
it, yeah, sure, and it did. So that's the movie we watched for today,
Alrighty,
as you can see from the title.
that's right. That's right.
But yeah, I saw this in theaters with my brother back in the day, and yeah, we'll get into it when we go about a review. But I did see this in theaters originally, and I was very pleasantly surprised. And the box office returns for this weren't like super great from memory, but I think it's definitely had a resurgence, or like it's lived on pretty highly, I think, in a lot of circles. I would say this film probably has somewhat of a cult following.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
All right. Well, we start every review with our gut check, which is a score out of 10 that we're feeling coming into the review. After we discuss, we'll lock in our final scores at the end. All right. 3, 2, 1, flip. 8.
9.
That's a
Yeah,
good
I love
score.
this. Yeah, I love this movie. I was very high on it when it came out because I don't even really remember. I don't remember the whole story. I need to talk to my brother about this again, but we kind of saw it on a whim. Like it was like, oh, it's a new Tom Cruise action movie. Like he's always like, movies he's in are generally a very good time. Like you know that you're gonna have a fun when you go to the movie theater. And I think my brother had like read a review about it, and it was positive, and then he was just kind of like, hey, let's go see that. And I knew like nothing about it. I had heard like Edge of Tomorrow. It's like kind of a generic, kind of an awful title.
Right.
But the thing is like the light novel, the Japanese light novel that is based on, which I did not know at the time, uh, has the title "All You Need Is Kill," which is not a good movie name. That would not be a good movie name. Nobody would have gone and see that,
Yeah.
and still people didn't really go see this. I think it was like middling returns at the box office, if that. But yeah, I was shook when I saw this movie originally. I was like blown away at how well it was written, uh, how interesting the kind of stuff it did with the concept, um, and doesn't overstay its welcome. It's like it feels like perfectly paced for what it is, and doles out information in like a perfectly satisfying way to the viewer. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's like it stood as like one of my like kind of like sci-fi movies are still like really cool, still really relevant, and still can have like a decent entertainment value, and they're not just schlock. It's like, no, this is like really well told, like a well told story. So um but yeah, and so I've really enjoyed it ever since, and it's been a few years since saw it, so I was kind of like up as much as I remember, and it's like, yeah, oh no, it does, it's still really good. So no, anyway, you seem to enjoy it as well,
Hmm.
which I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually didn't know anything about this movie, and I surprisingly went in still not knowing anything about the movie, even though, like I mentioned to my brother the day before that we were watching this, and
Hmm.
he didn't even mention the like live die repeat thing that was in
Yeah.
a lot of the posters and stuff. I completely did not process that at all because that's like the entire concept.
Yeah,
But so luckily I did
yeah,
because I was able
they
to
like
organically learn what the concept was here.
yeah, it's kind of like I didn't really know that. I feel like I didn't even know that going into it either. Like that as a whole, it's a whole time loop. Is kind of the whole onus of the whole story.
Yeah,
Um, which is cool. It's actually kind of cool not knowing that going into it.
that I
But
mean it helps for
yeah,
sure with the impact.
yeah,
It yeah, I was like, whoa, this is Groundhog Day. We're doing a Groundhog Day. Okay.
hmm
I
yeah,
literally thought when I saw it, like I try not to look into it as much as possible, and even though I've heard Edge of Tomorrow all these years, you know, sometimes you just hear the name of a movie so much, but you don't actually know anything about it, and I didn't look
yeah.
into it, so I'm like, oh, this is just like a Tom Cruise sci-fi action movie. Like I wasn't expecting anything more than that, so I was like, all right, we'll see, and then I was like, oh, it was all a dream. It was all a dream in the beginning. And then it's like, oh, now we're doing the Groundhog Day. All right, now
No,
we're cooking. Now we're cooking with something here. All right,
yeah, yeah,
and I really like how they did that, and yeah, there is some fun writing with it. Um, how we go from this cowardly guy. It's funny because like the whole thing is kind of turning Tom Cruise as an actor on his head. Like he's always the
yeah.
confident, cocky guy.
I know. That's actually something going back to this again. I liked a lot. I was like, Tom Cruise doesn't normally because like he tends to like, even if it's like not him like overly involved, he still tends to not want to put himself in roles where he's kind of like maybe not like a just like an
He doesn't
upstanding
do beta
guy. Like maybe
roles.
he's got some. Yeah, and he kind of is here, like to get with. He's kind of a loser. He's like, oh yeah, I just send people off to war. I'm not gonna fight in
So
it.
you know, he was like, "I'm only doing this one and if we can get to me being the action star by the end."
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, and
that's
he
like,
does, and it's great. And it's great.
yeah.
Um,
I liked, I like how it's like we've come a long way with some visual effects. That's something I noticed as well. Like, there's some
mhm,
really bad
mhm.
visual effects in there. Like
I
when
didn't
he had
really
his
notice them.
when he had his face melted. I was like, in that one scene, I was like, who is that? It looked really weird. And then
Who
when
is
we got to
that?
the scene, it was like, oh, this is video game footage. This is gonna be like one of those things where like we're playing a video game, but I'm like, that doesn't make sense in this movie. And then it was like, oh, that was him seeing the vision. The vision just looks
Mm,
like old video game footage. Like, okay,
mm.
I guess that's how visions work. But other than that, I mean, it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed the antics that you get out of the concept of the loop. You know, where he's like trying stuff out, or the fun writing that comes with it, like cutting people off and saying stuff that they're about to say, and then him like attempting shit like the rolling under the car and just dying.
That is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you get a lot of like solid. They're just doing kind of bit parts, but you get some solid performances out of like Brendan Gleeson, who actually when I was watching this again, I was like, ooh, I had another idea immediately for another movie night that I might bring up at some other point. But have you ever seen In Bruges?
Mm-mm. No.
Super weird movie. I love that movie very much. But so that might be something that we explore at one point. And Brendan Gleeson's pretty big in that one. But
Mm.
Brendan Gleeson's like great here. I mean, he's just kind of like commander guy, but he's great. Bill Paxton is fantastic as sort of like the drill sergeant guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Emily Blunt is amazing. Like
Iconic.
she's just really fantastic. It's like I think I read a Letterboxd review that was like, yeah, I mean, I think it was like a five star review, and it was like, yeah, I'd take getting shot in the head over and over by Emily Blunt any day of the week.
It was interesting way that they chose to introduce her character. I'll say that. She does a sexy body
Yeah,
body roll,
she's doing the
like
yoga.
when
She's
she's
doing the yoga
doing.
pose. Yeah, yeah.
It's like, come on. It's like,
The
how many times are we about to see this lady do this sexy pose. They're gonna loop it, and she does it again.
We'll do it a few times. Yeah, I can't complain about that.
Mm. Yeah,
But
she's cool.
yeah, no, yeah, and she's
Full Metal, bitch.
Full Metal
I like
bitch. Yeah,
the full,
love that. That's
they have the full
graffiti on there.
poster, like full like side of a truck. All about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of Starship Troopers kind of analogs to this a little bit too. Like, obviously, this takes a whole different tack with that concept. Like, Starship Troopers is very much like, particularly the film is very much kind of like a, which is what Helldivers 2 really ran with, is kind of like a little bit of a send up of uh, military frenzy, kind of like support and the kind of like it's a little bit of a biting critique on war and that kind of just the general propaganda that sometimes comes along with it. This has like a lot of tones of Starship Troopers in a lot of that regard, but it kind of just plays it straight. It doesn't really it's not really interested. That's not the story it's telling. It's very much telling its own thing with kind of a man learning to be a selfless, learning to be a better person at the end of the day, learning to be more of a heroic individual, and and sort of willing to sacrifice himself in a way he was just more willing to sacrifice other people.
Yeah, conceptually, I thought it was really fun. Like, you could tell where they're going immediately when it's like, oh, okay, we're gonna see this guy. He's gonna get some courage. But at the same time, it's like, wouldn't anybody kind of get a lot of courage from knowing that you're not gonna actually die? You can just do shit and then you just know how to do everything. It's like, of course.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's still not fun. No, dying does not seem to be fun. It does seem to be very painful. I mean, just like anybody would in some sense, but but you still don't maybe want to die.
He gets used to it. And I'll say, to me, where it isn't like a perfect movie is that I think the back half is not as strong. So, because here's the thing, the gimmick of the loop, it had to stop at a point because you need to have some stakes. Otherwise, it's like, we're just okay. There's no tension in anything because you can just always redo it. So they had to get rid of it at some point. He had to lose his power and whatnot. But it wasn't as interested in that part of the movie. I don't know if that's just me, but I wasn't as engaged at that point after he lost it because I was just having fun with the concept of it. And I don't know if it's just on my end, but I thought it was really dark towards the end of the movie. Like, I don't know if it was just my laptop or what, but it's like I was having trouble seeing visually stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if that's I don't know if that's a problem with the transfer, because I actually have that. I don't remember that being that much of an issue when I saw it in theaters, but maybe it could legitimately be like a lighting issue, because my Blu-ray had the same problem. But the TV that I do have to admit that the TV that I saw it on is not, for anything with any sort of low light, it is not very good at that. Just in general. So
just judging what I saw, it was just so much darkness, and I was like listening at that point, and it was because I watched it on Hulu. It was really dark at the end, but it was just a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun for the most part.
Yeah,
it's a fun ride.
No, I like the reason that I think that it sort of works at that point is because I like the sort of losing the loop is that we do see like a longer loop before that with the sequence where they where he's like, oh, this is the first time we've ever done this, and he's kind of like playing up like that, oh, this really is like the first time we've done this. But then she kind of figures out, because he almost just like drops the ruse at one point, and he just kind of is like, oh yeah, you take your coffee this way, and then he's saying stuff that she's like, why would I have ever told you that?
Yeah.
Like things like that. And I really like that, because it's like there's a degree of it for him where he just wants to. He's gotten to know her, and he's gotten to like really care about her as a individual. And it's like, how many times have we done this? It's like, well, I so many times, but we can't. We can never make this work without you dying. And it's like he just wants to spend just those like whatever last moments he can. He just wants to stretch that out as much as possible. And it's like there's a real sense of like that sounds like something that I would want to try to do if I had some ability to that could do this. It's like I'd want to try to spend as much time with make those moments like where it is sort of like the Groundhog Day, like it is making him a better person. It's like that's what he's learning too. It's like how who are the people that I'm going to spend the most time with. It's with him and Andy McDowell. It's like he's going to spend as much time with her on his days to try to figure out, because it's like he's in this loop for hundreds of years or whatever at the end of the movie. But it's like you just got to spend that time with somebody. You stretch those wonderful moments out. Like
it is.
Yeah, I like stuff like that.
It's very Groundhog Day because even with all the little references he makes, you can tell he did the same thing that Bill Murray did in that movie, where he's like he studied each like he devoted probably like a lot of time to each person, just knowing all these random details about their life. And that's the stuff you don't see, is all just like some days he just took to sit down and talk to these people and just so he could know. And
that's actually one thing that I really like, is that they dole out details about events that happened in the day leading up to in later loops. Like you don't see everything that happened to him on that day until like later on. It's like, oh yeah, they went on a run. They did some exercise and they did some other. There's like other things like that they filled in later. That's stuff that I like, because it's like, don't dole out all the information to us right away. Like you can fill in some of that later.
Yeah, because
that just makes it more engaging to continue to watch. It makes it less tedious. As a viewer.
And it's interesting for the Groundhog Day concept. Obviously, with the original Groundhog Day, this being the reboot.
With the original Groundhog Day.
With the Groundhog Day, they could end the movie when the loop ends, and that makes sense for that movie. But this movie, you can't do that because it's an action movie, and there's some shit, some larger scale shit happening here. So the loop needed to end before that for the climax to have some stakes to it and everything. And so you get a little different. It's not the same old formula. It's not just like, let's just take Groundhog Day, put a sci-fi skin on it, but there's actually some different stuff they're doing with the idea that was fun. And just like early on, there's very much like it's almost comical editing in how they're cutting through him, just like getting like he's not getting his way, like they're putting duct tape over his mouth. He just has to see people dying over and over again. He dies when he rolls into the car. All this stupid stuff he gets into. But
I love the pushing the commando guy out of the way and then getting crushed by the thing, and then like learning that he needs to run through the push in order to survive, and then like getting killed by something else like immediately after. And,
that was cool seeing all the adapting stuff. That's what very much separates it as unique to the concept, because it's like you don't got to do that on Groundhog Day. It's not like I need to remember. Well, he kind of does. At some points, he's like 1, 2, 3, and then like something falls, like a cat falls from a tree or something, or a kid.
Yep.
It's a kid. And so he does stuff like that. But it's like very much he has to perfectly choreograph stuff for the action to not die, and that's cool. So I mean, I enjoyed it. I did.
Yeah, I mean it's good. I mean it's just fun. I also really love just like how it ends. I really like just like I've always liked that a lot. Like how it just sort of ends with like, it's kind of the same sort of thing that she's always said to him, but he just kind of like laughs. He just kind of chuckles right before he goes into whatever he's going to say next, and then it cuts to the credits. And I really like that, because it's like you they're going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's worked out, and whatever happens next, I mean, he's resolved everything. So it's like this great like moment of it's like I don't have to deal with this loop anymore. I think it's funny that it's like I'm seeing this again, but everything's all right now.
Yeah.
The threat's been neutralized. You killed the Omega. That's all you got to do
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day. Really enjoyable. So yeah, like I said, it's based on a light novel called All You Need Is Kill. I think it was adapted into a manga as well, kind of around the same. I think around the same time that the movie came out. I have not read either. I flipped through the manga in bookstores and stuff, and the art's pretty good. It's different, obviously, because he's like a teenage guy in the. It's like it's a typical like. He's a teenager that this happens to. It's kind of your typical stakes type thing, but it's interesting that they were able to take that concept and turn it into something that's like both an adaptation of a Japanese sort of source material, but also like I don't necessarily know how faithful it is. I would guess that it's not like tremendously faithful, but it uses the concept and like essentially like it has all the same like themes and ideas and like runs with that. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I think it's one of those things where it's like you don't have to necessarily copy the idea. When a good idea is really good, you can still do your own thing with it. You can still make interesting ideas. You just need it to be in the right hands.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You shouldn't like go off and do a Death Note, or something like that, where it's like I will admit I have not seen the Death Note live action, the whatever it is, movie. I don't know. I've heard differing opinions on that. I think the consensus is more on your side, where it's pretty horrible, but like kind of a disgrace. But I have heard other people say that there is some merit. There is some merit in the adaptation where they did try, like at least points for trying.
Mm-hmm.
You tried to do something. It might not have been successful, but at least you were swinging. You were trying to do something. This is, I think, they're swinging and they're very successful because I think they've got the right hands at the helm. In terms of in terms of the writing. So, but I also did want to bring back the Live Die Repeat stuff because I don't remember any of that in any of the advertising. What I remember it is when it first came out on home media release, that was what was plastered over everything.
Okay.
And Edge of Tomorrow is in like these tiny little
that's
things.
what my brother was saying. He's
Live,
like he almost didn't know what that was the name of the movie.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Thought it was
it's like because it's like they almost were using that more to sell the movie, like to give an idea
Yeah.
of sort of what the idea of the movie is, maybe.
Because like if you just named it Live Die Repeat, that's almost like too corny sounding.
It kind of spoils that.
It spoils it.
Yeah, it is, and it almost spoils that fun, the fun twist element.
Yeah.
That, again, from memory, I seem to remember having that same reaction that you did.
Yeah.
Where I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that what the twist of it was.
So it's like Edge of Tomorrow. If you don't like, I didn't think about the name at all. I'm like, okay, generic name. But okay, it does actually.
It's kind of a generic name, yeah.
But it says what it is. You're on the edge of being at tomorrow always. But yeah. So it's tough. It's one of those tough things to market, where it's like you don't want to.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I feel like I heard it. I'm assuming the trailers kind of spoil the concept because trailers tend to do that.
I feel like they have to. Yeah. I feel like they would have had to.
So that would be unfortunate, but it's a reality.
Yeah.
Because it's just not as effective when you're just like, I know, I'm just waiting for it to happen. When's the loop gonna happen?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, especially because that was also during the era. I guess movies still kind of do this, but it was really during the era where it's like they were spoiling literally the whole movie in the trailer. Or maybe it was like right before. It was definitely mid 2010s, where it's like they basically showed the whole movie in the trailer. But
But even stuff I see, still see this, like almost any movie, it's better if you haven't seen any trailers. It's always like the most optimal way to see a movie is if you haven't seen anything for the best experience. You know, it's not realistic, but like I point to like Sinners as a big example of like the Sinners trailers.
Oh, I was so happy. I was so happy, even though I had the twist kind of spoiled. I was still really happy that I did not see a trailer because it was just like a feast for the eyes.
Yeah.
It was a feast for the eyes, Zach. It was a beautiful movie.
But it's like it would have been nice if you didn't know the twist.
It would have been,
and
but
Sinners, the trailers did show that, so I was lucky I didn't see that because I was able to go into that movie blind too. So,
yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow. So, are you ready for final score?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, flip. 8. 9.
Tarqaron's score of 8.5.
It's nothing to snooze at, that's for sure.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Uh,
Yeah, good one. I like it. I like it a lot.
A good movie night. That's one I never would have watched. I literally never would have watched that movie because I look at that and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's just like that's fine.
Not for me.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the thing. Is like that's the thing about it. I think that's what most people. That's why it wasn't like a huge, giant success because I think most people would have been like, eh.
And you're only going to be sold on it by knowing the concept ahead of time.
Yeah.
Which
yeah, and I don't from memory. It was just like my brother being like, let's go see Tom Cruise in a movie. Let's go see it. I don't know. It was something like that. Like it's like, I read a good review. Let's go see it.
Because nowadays I'm more likely to do that than, you know, I just look and if I see people are saying good things about a movie, I'll go watch it even if I don't know like anything about it because I'm really down for any good movies, really. But in terms of convincing someone to watch a movie or be like, you should check this movie out, it's like, what's it about? It's Tom Cruise and he's got a gun.
Action man.
He's got a gun.
He's got a gun and he's just space. It's science fiction.
It's science fiction, but there's some stuff
fighting
that
aliens.
makes it worth it. I promise.
He's fighting some aliens, you know.
They're like, yeah. I mean, I've seen
is
Mission Impossible.
Is that like Chris Pratt in the Tomorrow War? I don't care about that crap.
So,
I don't know if that was any good. I feel like I remember hearing that movie kind of sucked. So
I don't know, but Edge of Tomorrow War.
Yeah. The Edge of Tomorrow War. Yeah.
There it is.
There
Edging. Won't edge you any longer. We'll see what movie is in the store next month. All right.
Yeah.
I've got a good one in store. It's just gonna knock your socks off.
I bet. I bet you did. Hey, I liked Star is Born. That was a lot of fun. Seeing that.
Yeah,
finally seeing that was really enjoyable.
Yeah, what movie nights have we had so far? Memoir of a Snail.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did you pick next month? Dungeons and Dragons,
Yep.
Honor Among Thieves.
Dungeons and Dragons, yeah. Honor Among Thieves, yes.
And then A Star is Born, Edge of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good lineup.
I think people will get a good sense of my tastes. I think from a lot of the movies that I pick.
You like a man with a gun.
You know, the fantasy, the sci-fi, man with a gun. Yeah, man with a sword.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely have my movies. But I don't know. I feel like I've learned throughout time, and I feel like I expressed this to my parents too. That like I love a lot of different kinds of movies, and I think a lot of it is just a huge appreciation for the form as a whole. Like I can watch like action schlock and have a really good time, and I can watch artsy stuff and have a really good time. I'm not too. I don't have my nose up at some stuff that's maybe a little bit more popcorn fare. Some of it is, some of it I will be like, wow, that was really bad.
Yeah.
But other ones all, I don't know. It's fun. Movies are fun. I love movies.
Yeah, I love movies too, and I would say I was much more picky back in the day. Not like I specifically didn't like certain movies, but it would be much more selective, is what it is. You know,
Mm.
because I would watch certain movies. I would only go to see certain movies in the theaters if I was really interested. And now I'm just down to watch any movies really. And
Mhm.
the less I know about them, the better. Kind of. Some movies I'll just hear reputation. I'll add them to my watch list, and I'll just watch them at random points. And then now I'm trying to keep up with the newer releases and everything. Because like last
Mhm.
year, I watched all the Oscar nominees, or
Oh yeah,
most of the
yeah.
Oscar nominees,
That
all
was
the Best Picture
impressive. That
ones.
was That was an impressive
Yeah.
assortment that you had going on there.
Oh,
If you're wondering, I'm. This is only some. Like I went to Barnes and Noble was doing all their Criterion Collection movies were all on sale. Some of these I haven't seen. So like Punch Drunk Love, haven't seen.
yeah, it's one of the ones I've been eyeing up
The
to watch soon. Just in general.
original Godzilla. We have a Japanese film, Ugetsu, Kenji Mizuguchi, right? Yes. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio had a Criterion Collection release. No Country for Old Men, another that I still haven't seen.
That would have
A lot
been.
of ones I haven't seen. This is one stack. I've gone 3 times and I've gotten as many movies each time. Like I'm
Mhm.
I'm keeping Criterion Collection business, baby.
No Country for
Yeah, I
Old
don't
Men
know
is
where any
one
of
that
the
would
other
have been an
stacks are.
easy movie night pick for me, like going into this. But now I've watched like so
Yeah.
many other movies in the span of a year that I'm like, I want to watch these ones though.
I've watched almost no Coen Brothers films. I think I've seen one of them, and that's my friend Wesley is like the Coen Brothers are like I think I could probably say that the Coen Brothers are his favorite. So like not having not seen No Country for Old Men is just like you got to change that. Come on, what are you doing with yourself? What are you doing?
Yeah, it's
So
good. I mean, it's so hard because I've watched almost 100 movies now this year, and
mhm.
we get one pick every 2 months, for the the movie night.
Yeah,
So you really gotta. Some of the
gotta
ones that were easy no brainers might end up, years from now.
yeah. No, it's true. I mean that's what I was thinking. I mean, I was like, man, I had like 4 picks basically.
Yep,
So I was like, I
that'll
gotta
do you
stack
for
them
the
up.
rest of the for another year. That's yeah, but yeah, I mean we love movies here, and
Hmm.
that's why we do a lot of movie reviews on the channel. We had Chance Time where we just watch random movies. So
Mm.
stay tuned for
I see
more
a
like
lot of
that.
crap on that. So
A lot of crap.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
down
a
to
lot of
watch
crap
some
on
crap
that, but
though now.
it's
I'm
fun.
like,
Yeah, me too. You have to balance it out. This is a thing. Like you have to. I feel like you need in order to really genuinely appreciate something like amazing. Again, I haven't seen it, but it's got a reputation, so it's like I feel pretty confident that it's a pretty good movie. In order to appreciate something like that, you need to watch junk sometimes in order to balance it
we
out,
do watch quite a
balance the
bit of
scales
junk.
a little
Even
bit.
like some of the new releases we pick are some
Yeah,
junk too. Sometimes, but
it's true.
yeah,
Joker Folie à Deux. Masquerading is something like this, but really it was not good.
yeah. But I'm down to watch anything these days. I don't care what
Yeah.
genre. I will say, like generally, maybe an action movie is something I'm less interested in watching. If I see it, like if I see a movie that
Yeah.
looks like a Tom Cruise action movie, is probably less like, oh, I need to see that. I would still watch it.
Mhm.
I would watch it and
Yeah.
I might enjoy it, but yeah, generally I'm down for anything. Like having a variety in there. And I'll watch an occasional movie knowing it's gonna be bad. Like I watched Sneaks in theaters. The movie about the talking
Sneaks.
sneakers. The
You
animated
saw?
movie.
I forgot that you saw that. How did I forget that?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Currently on Letterboxd I have like an ongoing ranking of all the movies from the year that I've watched.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I mean it's gotten a mess at this point because I have over 90 movies on there, and it's like there's no way this is accurate anymore. Like I'd have to rearrange the whole thing. But Sneaks is like at the bottom of that like whole list.
it was that bad, huh?
I think I put it below COD, cash on delivery.
Oh wow. That's one of the worst things I've ever seen. So that's really bad. Sneaks must be offensively bad then at that point.
Yeah, it's on par. Yeah, I could see a debate otherwise.
Yeah.
But it was almost like
I'm not gonna debate that with you. You can have that
when they're that bad.
Yourself.
It's like I give the edge to the one that's the lower, like, you know, there's a little more heart to COD, cash on delivery. You know, they're just doing their thing.
Is there? I guess there's some heart to it. I don't know.
It's a low budget thing, you know. They're just having their stupid fun. I don't know.
I still hear that in my nightmares, by the way.
We didn't hear any of that. It just censored all of that out. So, all right.
Yeah, the harmonica. We'll just say that.
Yeah. That's it. All right. Thanks for watching.
That's it.
All right. And in the meantime, I'm going to recommend a random Tarqaron video for you to check out next.
Let's go.
Literally by random.
Will it be a movie review?
Why don't you
random
check
rules.
out our
Will it be a
review?
movie review?
That's our review of Halloween Town High.
We're talking about the art of film, and it's a Disney
right.
Channel original movie.
That's right. Halloween Town High, not great.
Yeah.
Probably my least favorite Halloween Town movie, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
I'd agree.
It is what it is. Marnie's there, Aggie's there. You know.
You know, there's a Ghibli film called When Marnie Was There.
Wow.
I thought you were referencing that.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
All right. Well, yeah.